Hello from Fine Arts. Today we are going to do the Lorax in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday on March 2nd. You are welcome to customize your artwork today. You can add a pond if you want with a fish, or maybe you want to add the cat in the hat, or Horton Hears a Who, or maybe you want to turn your paper the other direction and make your Lorax really big, or maybe you want to make your Lorax have a very long mustache. The choice is yours. We are going to have a good time. Get your paper, get your Sharpie, watercolor, and crayons, because here we go. Okay, first thing I did is draw my border. Go down, across, down, cross. Put your name in the corner. Every artist should sign their artwork. Okay, the first thing that I drew was the Lorax, and I'm going to start with the head right here. Kind of a big hill. So on the left side of your paper, decide where you want it, and you're just going to make a big arc for the head. And then right below, we're going to do two eyes. So I did oval, oval, and I tried to make them the same size. And then I did diagonal down, so that's the eyelid. And then inside the eyeball, I left a little bit of white. Okay, there we go. And then underneath the eyes, I did an oval for a nose. And the nose also has a little bit of white, so I drew a circle. Gonna leave that white. Okay. Now here's the fun part, the mustache. So it's going to go to the right like a zigzag, a zigzag, a zigzag, a zigzag. Then come over here to the left, zigzag the other direction. Okay, so here's part of the mustache. Then it's going to zigzag back around. Zigzag, zigzag. Okay, and then the mouth I drew underneath, like the letter U, and then I drew a line across for the tongue, add a little line here, and then go ahead and fill this in black. Okay. And these are triangles on top. There we go. And then the eyes, he has some hairs and whiskers poking out. So above this eye, we're going to do a long whisker to the right and do another one and just add some funny little details for this Lorax. And then the same thing for the left, to the left. The funnier, the better. Just a few random lines like that. Okay, and then his body comes down. So if this is his head, it kind of comes down like this. This one comes down, okay? And then I'm going to do, let's see, a straight line across like this for the body, and then I'll have some legs. So I'm going to go down to the right, and he has kind of pointed feet. So to the right, and then leg up, down, to the left, so backwards. This comes down for the leg, point to the right. And then inside the body, I'm going to do a big curl across. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They kind of get smaller. Maybe there's a few over here and a few over here to give it some funny details. The arms are kind of crazy. So we're going to go to the right, and then it's going to go up. It's going to come up, and I did some pointed fingers, kind of funny. Then it comes down, and then it comes down and across, okay? And maybe we have some funny little hairs on his arm. Okay, the left, the same thing, comes up. Well, let's see, maybe it goes up, put some fingers, okay, and then it comes down, and add some funny lines. And these are pointed. Okay, and then he's on a tree stump that is turned brown because he cut it down. So where the feet are, oh, add some more of these little hairs. Here we go. So we start with an oval by these feet down here. So we're going to come down here, make an oval around, and here's the back side of the oval, okay? And then inside I did an arc around, kind of like this was the tree stump because he cut the tree down. Maybe there's one more. Okay, and then it comes straight down. And then I added some Dr. Seuss patterns. So he does like a zigzag on his artwork. And I have room for one more. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, now I want to draw some truffle trees. So I'm going to do, the ones in the back are smaller. So over here on the right, I'm going to start with my truffle tree kind of pointed, similar to a palm tree. So there's like an angle, like a point, like you're doing the letter A, and they just come out with a whole bunch of points. Oh, that's cool. And then I have the stem comes down. You can make it curl and then make the other one curl. And then I did some lines for some grass, and then I did these zigzag stripes. Here we go. So cute. Okay, and then I have room for another one. Notice this one's farther away, so it's smaller. So go ahead and add another one. And again, it's not supposed to be perfect. This is in Dr. Seuss land, so the curvier the better. Okay, there we go with some hairs. All right, and then I have these big truffle trees. So decide wherever you want it. I'm going to do a big one right here. So here we go. So you do some angles. Oops. Here we go. Again, it's not supposed to be perfect. Then this one's going to come down. Curl. And maybe there's another curl right here. And I'm going to do some zigzags. When I say zigzags, it's like zigzag stripes. There's my zigzag. Right there. Okay. And then I have another truffle tree. Maybe I'll do it right here. And this one kind of came off of this one. So here, we'll start right here. Here we go. Just have fun with it. There we go. And maybe we'll have this one go the other direction. So it kind of curves this way. It kind of curves this way. And some stripes. Okay. Oh, some lines for grass. Okay. And then I added these plants that are kind of zigzag, so over here in the corner. And then I'm going to draw a line. Notice that I have some sections. So I have the sky in the top, which is blue. This is the middle ground in the middle, which is like a Kelly green. And then I have the foreground, which is a darker forest green. Okay, so we'll start with the one down here. It kind of cuts through. So I kind of come through here, drawing across. We're kind of cutting our paper into 3 sections. All right, so this is the foreground, and we're going to do some more of these plants. And maybe we have another one here. Okay, just have fun with it. Okay, and then I have the one that comes through the back. So don't go through your plants. Here we go, like don't draw your line through your plants. You could make it however you want. Oops, I just did that. Okay, should pay attention. All right. If there's anything else you want to add, oh, maybe I'll do another plant. It's going to be purple here. Oh, that's fun. And maybe there's another little plant right here. All right, just have fun with it. Okay, now get your crayons, and I'm going to go over some of these things with crayons. So first thing I do is get my yellow, and I'm going to go over this in yellow for my truffula trees, just to outline it. Outline this with yellow. The stems are going to be yellow. So I'm going to just outline these with crayon. Outline these with crayon. Okay, and maybe this one will be yellow. You are welcome to change it, whatever you want. And, oh, the mustache. Don't forget about the mustache is yellow. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my orange crayon, and I'm going to add some details. So, oh, I forgot. To this truffula tree, let's give it some texture. So let's just draw some lines on here, just to give it a little dimension. Same thing with this one. Okay. Now let's see. This one I'm going to outline with orange. And it's not meant to be perfect. And then I did this really cool pattern, so it's kind of a swirl. So I start in the middle, and I come all the way around, and then I'm going to keep kind of going, just doing the outside, just to give it a little bit of movement, like the wind is blowing. Okay? And, oh, the Lorax is also orange, so we're kind of going to outline him. This will keep the orange paint in that section. So I'm just outlining him. And then, oh, some more lines to give him some texture so he looks hairy and mean. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. That's from the Lorax. And then maybe around his eyes. Okay, so cute. All right, so that was my orange. Then I'm going to grab my red. I did this little tiny one red, but you can change it whatever you want to do. All right, oh, I did the tongue red. Looks like I forgot to paint that. Okay, and then I grabbed my blue on the outside. I'm going to just outline this just so that I keep the sky blue so that I know which section to paint blue. It's my background. Okay. Oh, then I'm going to grab my green, and I'm going to outline this with green. And I'm going to put some marks for the grass in green. I'm going to do this one also outlined in green. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my purple. I'm going to make these plants purple. And maybe I'll add some lines to them just to give them some Then you're going to grab your brown and outline the tree stump that the Lorax cut down. All right, maybe add those zigzags. Okay, we're good for the crayons. Now, get your paint. We're gonna paint. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay. All right. Okay, wake up your brush, dip it in the water. I start with yellow, my favorite color. And, oops, looks like there's a little orange on there, so, oops. So if your paints are dirty, you want to get a wet paper towel and wipe it. There we go. Try again. If you get it on there and you don't like the color, you can wipe it right off because watercolors are very forgiving. Okay, let's try that again. Well, the mustache will be a little orangish yellow, I guess. That'll be good. I'm not mad about it. It's just watercolor. Okay, I'm going to paint all of my stems yellow, but you can make them whatever color you want. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is the Lorax. I did it with a yellow and an orange. So I'm going to put some yellow on there. Actually, just kind of mix it all in. So I'm kind of painting him yellow first, and then I will add orange. It'll mix together and make like a yellow orange. Okay, now when you do the eyes, you're going to leave them white, but you're going to do the top of those eyelids. And you're going to leave the nose, so go around the eye. Okay, now the yellow is still wet, so I'm going to pick up some orange. This is called a wet on wet technique. So I pick up the orange and I dab it in. And I'm not going to do it on the mustache, just the body. And it'll make him kind of an orange, orangish yellow. I'm not going to play with it too much because I'm going to let the colors do the magic. So I'm leaving the mustache yellow, and his arms and head I used orange and yellow. Go around that mustache and around that nose. Okay, clean your brush. And I did this tree orange. I used just bright orange. Very cool. Okay, did this one red. Wake up your red. Got too much water on there. Okay, then I'm going to do the purple. Purple is below the blue. So all these plants, oops, I accidentally grabbed some blue. That's okay. So the crayon it acts as a resist. So the paint is kind of resisting it, so it should stay in that little area when you're doing watercolor. Okay, I'm going to do my sky, and I'm going to pick up a bigger brush. Wake up my blue. So the sky, the blue is in the background. So go around the trees. And if they mix, well, the yellow and blue make green. That'll be fine. And if your blue has a little bit of color to it, that's good. Try not to drag your arm into the other parts. Okay, my paper's pretty wet, so I'm going to try to not smear it or lift it. Okay. Now, this middle part I did with just green, the middle ground. The foreground I did with green and blue. So you can put green on all of it and then throw the blue in. Okay, here we go. Okay, now on the right side of the paper, while the paint is still wet, we're going to do our wet on wet technique again. Okay, so, okay, watch this. First thing I'm going to put some yellow in here. Why not? Let's take a little bit of yellow and just sprinkle it in. We're just going to leave it in some sections. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. We're just going to leave it. So it just kind of gives the grass a little bit more variation, and we're just going to let it kind of do its thing. And we're going to put some blue down here. So grab some blue. We're just going to, not too much, just kind of put some blue down here to make it look a little bit darker. Just to get so that we have two different shades of green. The foreground, the one in the front, is a bluish green, and the one in the middle is more of a lighter green with the yellow in it. And it's good if just let those colors play off each other. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, do that again to the next section. So green first. Go nice and slow around your Lorax